First of all, pants are falling down. I need my other phone. Y'all, I got food. Where's my napkin? Damn, I had a napkin. I guess I don't have a napkin now. Well, I had a napkin, now I don't. But it's okay. It's okay. I can wipe it on my pants. Hello. I'm hungry, y'all. So I went outside to work out. I got fish, hot dogs, sweet potatoes, and regular potatoes. And this time I wasn't looking for the vegetables. I knew exactly where they were. I didn't put no butter. That's sour cream. I'm going to mix it into my potatoes. It's quite a bit, actually, but we'll see if it's too much. Here, let me just have a big old bite. You can never have enough sour cream. I know this is weird, but I like sweet potatoes with jalapenos. So good. This is nitro chocolate with milk and about a cup of half a cup of Greek yogurt, plain. So, yeah, that's how many? It's like 35, 40-ish. No, it'd be like 44. I don't know. It's a lot of protein in here. Hello. Hey, Thomas. Yeah, it is. Sweet potatoes. Angie, hello. Israel. It is good. Yeah, the sweet potatoes, I don't put nothing on them because they're already sweet. You don't really need to add anything. I know a lot of people that add a ton. One of my favorite restaurants, they add probably cups of sugar to their sweet potatoes with cinnamon and tons of butter. And it's delicious, don't get me wrong. But at that point, it defeats the purpose of even eating a vegetable. So, yeah. Magnesium. Horse pills. This thing's bigger than my teeth. I got to get another one of these. The other brand I got, here, let me show you it. Because I got my book bag right here. The other brand I got, do not buy this brand that I'm about to show you. It is trash. That's exactly why I was spiraling at the beginning of the week. These things are so important. It's really crazy. It's just mind-blowing how much this stuff is imperative to me. I will take this until I die. Hold on one second. This brand specifically. Do not buy this. It came from Target. It is a waste of money. I didn't even realize that it was some kind of vegetarian capsules until after I got it. Throw it in the trash. Just sucks. It really does, because I think it was like 30 bucks. And it's not worth a damn. It's capsules. It's supposed to be, I guess, the vegan part is the actual capsule itself. You have to take 3 of these in comparison to 2 of these. And it's about 71%. It's about 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate, which is probably all that most people would need to add to their diet, the ones that are 70%. There's 70% of the population is deficient. This is awesome. This is trash. It sucks. How many of those I got left? God, I feel like a mental health patient now. Oh my God, I'm counting pills. Seriously. Seriously. Ah! We can't run out of magnesium. Oh, Lord. Brooke will kill people. Listen, I want this hot dog. I think I'm probably the first person ever in the history of mankind to put spinach on a hot dog. But listen, any way you can get your vegetables, just do it. Just do it. Oh my God, I got ketchup everywhere. I'm anemic. I have to take iron pills. That's good that you even think about that, Tyler. That's the first step, man. Just being able to, like, a lot of people want to deny science. They're like, oh, my diet's fine. I don't have heart problems and diabetes from my diet. My mental health's not spiraling because of my diet. There's so many deniers out there that live in, I mean, they're floating down denial, honey. You know, that's good that you recognize that supplements can help in so many ways. Anemia is one of them. That's a common problem. Iron. I probably should take an iron supplement. I'm always cold. That's probably because I'm sunburnt. I'm not used to being in the AC. It's been cold, y'all. The temperature dropped. So this is just a... Can you see the hot dog? Oh, there he is. Yeah, I like mine crispy. It's half of a Johnsonville brat. It's like the cheddar better, whatever. I think they're called cheddar betters. They don't name food no more, okay? It's not a hot dog anymore. Sometime I'm probably more qualified than you, judging by your profile picture. No offense, respectfully. Who wants a bite of potatoes? Say, ah. Oh my God, I've literally got ketchup everywhere. I need a napkin. Send help. Baby squirrel don't know how to feed herself without making a mess. I told you I was clumsy. That's what I meant. As a messy girl, you want sweet potatoes or regular potatoes with... This is just salt, pepper. I didn't put no butter. I'm trying to clean up like my fats. I need to focus on carbs and protein for proper muscle growth. I'm trying to grow them glutes, honey. So, yeah. And quads. My legs. The bottom half. We want everything to expand. We've done got the top half skinny. Now we need to get the bottom half fat. Not fat, but muscular. That's the frame that I have anyways. Like, literally, the more my body starts going into the shape that it was supposed to be in originally. I'm so sorry about this chair. I'm going to go buy a chair. The more my body goes back into the shape that it's actually supposed to be, the more I can see that I'm actually like a pear shape. Absolutely. Like a pear shape, you know? I'm bottom heavy. My mother was too, and so was my grandmother. That runs in my family. So I don't know where that comes from, but we were all bottom heavy. Thick thighs, you know? And like, I mean, that was like the culture for a while, remember? Skinny's back in now, but I don't really care about being skinny. I'm trying to get up to like 160 pounds. I care about being strong and healthy. I do not restrict myself. I pretty much eat whatever I want. Earlier in the week, I couldn't eat. I go through moods around my PMDD. So I'm glad my appetite's back. Sweet potato with a jalapeno. I didn't put no butter, nothing. I just take it out of the peel and mash it up. Salt, pepper, sour cream. Sour cream does have fat. Be careful. But it's alright. It's not like I'm eating a bunch. Fish. I also have fish on here. Parmesan crusted Gortons. I put some hot sauce on it. Y'all, this is really good. I like the lost the fork. I cut those hot dogs in half. That's a great way to stretch them. Not only that, but on these little mini tacos, it's really all that you need. Even on the buns, I would just put half a hot dog. I don't like that. I mean, and they're the smaller ones, but I still cut them in half. If you're worried about fats, though, that's a great way to like stretch them and spread them out so you're not eating like 2 whole hot dogs. You could eat like 2 halves and turn it into 2 hot dogs. Do you get what I'm saying? Never mind. Mm. Catfish. I ain't had catfish in forever. I love catfish. You know what it is? It's probably that I got actually catfished so much back in the day when I did online dating. No, I don't want no catfish. Oh, God. Ugh. Yeah, I haven't had catfish in a while. It's delicious, though. Gotta have vinegar for my fish, though. I usually like to dip it in like a vinegar sauce. Where is a napkin? Y'all, my wrist really hurts. I really think that I really messed it up. It actually has been getting worse to the point that it's hurting up to my elbow now. How does that happen? It's been 4 weeks since I crashed. I was thinking maybe this thing was too tight, but then I loosen it up and take it off, and I don't know. I'm going to try to stay off of it, but it's hard because I want to work out. Nitro chocolate, half a cup of Greek yogurt, and I would say it was about a cup of milk. Yeah, it was about 8 ounces of milk. And that was reduced fat milk. I think it's like 1%. I don't really care. I like whole milk. I can drink it straight from the gallon. I also like 1%, 2%. It just depends on where I'm at in my training, what I'm drinking. If I'm in a real bulk, then I'm going to be going for whole milk. If I'm on just trying to grow muscle, then I'm going to grab one of the other milks that don't have as many calories behind it. And sometimes I just mix protein with water. If you're on a weight loss journey, that's the best way to do it. You can cut calories by not adding milk and just put water. As long as it's cold, you're not going to be able to notice a difference. I mean, sure, it won't be as milky like the consistency of milk, but it'll taste the same and it'll be fine. Yeah, try to stay away from the whole milks if you're on a weight loss journey and you're implementing protein. Go for one of the lower calorie milks and lower fat milks. Fat-free milk, 1%, 2%. That'll be a better option, or water. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We don't go to the hospital unless it's not broken, I think. I hope. Surely, I've broken bones before. If it was broken, I would have knew it was broken. It's not broken. It's definitely either bone contusion or confusion. I might have damn bruised the bone. When I hit the concrete, my palm went face down. As you saw, there was like road burn, missing skin on my palm from road rash. So I hit the ground, and ironically, that's the same way my daughter broke her arm. She fell and slipped on a rubber ball and went to catch her fall and broke her arm. It's actually one of the most common breaks in children under the age of 5. And she was 3.5. So anyways, that's how I hurt my arm. When I landed, my arm went out like that, and I hit the concrete, and that was the first thing to really connect. My leg, my inner leg, they hit at the same time. My knee, like I was sideways. I was flying. So, and I hit the ground, and when I did, my arm went right into the cement. Well, it hurt for the first 2 days, and then everything was fine. I went back to working out, kind of like biking. And over the past 3 or 4 weeks, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. Every time I get on that bicycle and I'm shifting that book bag around with my weight, plus the weight of the bike, it's just a lot going up these hills, fighting for my life in the heat. it's just gotten worse. So now I don't know. I bought this brace yesterday. I actually slept with it on last night. So I think I need to leave it on for maybe a few weeks and see what happens. If it's not better in like a week and a half, 2 weeks of me wearing this and staying off of it and not lifting heavy stuff, then I've definitely done something. It's right in the joint where it's like right here where the wrist bone meets, I guess, the hand bone. I'm not a paleontologist. It's dinosaur bones. Never mind. I'm a T-Rex. Sorry. Not with the broke can right now either. Sorry. Yo, the food's making me feel better. I have not been eating good all week. But it's right here where it connects. It like this right here is where it hurts. And so when I'm leaning on that bike, I'm pushing and pulling on those handlebars right there. I do think that it was probably bruised or whatever you guys said. You guys have given me a couple of what it could be. I think a confusion, a contusion, a bruised bone. I've heard several things, and I think most of those are like the same. But I do think that happened, and I've been playing around too much and didn't give myself time to heal. And I made it worse by riding that bicycle and pushing all that weight around on my wrist. When I'm on that bicycle, my hands are locked in. All of my weight is actually in my wrist. That's what's supporting everything, is my wrist. Because you're locked in and you're on them handlebars. The worst thing I could have done was get back on that bicycle after doing this. And I think that I've just overexerted myself. I need to take some time, and let it try to heal up before I make it worse. And then I need, because it did say online that I might need some physical therapy. Well, as it just so happens, I know exactly what kind of physical therapy I would need to do for that. So I need to let it heal for the next week or two. Take it out, the little thing. Of course, I'm going to wash it every day. I'm not leaving it in there like it's a casket. Don't worry, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to wash my ass and put it back on. And matter of fact, I might even have to wash this a few times in the next 2 weeks. But I'm going to leave it on, see if it gets to feeling better. Give it some time, stay off of it. Today, when I was filming some content, I went for a run in the woods. So happy to do that. I haven't been for a run in like 2 or 3 months because, well, I get all my cardio from the bicycle. My glutes and everything has grown so much from that bicycle. That's exactly what my body was missing. My glutes would not grow. My quads couldn't grow. I've been trying for 2 years to get my bottom half to grow, and I could not do it. I needed more weight. So I've got my body weight of I just weighed, I'm 126. I'm losing weight again. It frustrates me. 126 plus the weight of the bicycle, plus the weight of the book bag, which usually ranges from 15 to damn 30, 40 pounds, plus the weight of whatever I have on the front of the bicycle, water, all of that stuff. Add all of that up. That's how much I need to be hip thrusting. That's how much I need to be doing cable kickbacks, like maybe a portion of that weight. But you see what I'm saying? I did not have enough weight for progressive overload, because if you want something to grow on your body, you're going to be needing to lift a lot of weight, and you're going to need to go up week after week, and you're going to need to be implementing a whole food diet with clean carbs like potatoes, rice, and meats, So I think that I've been doing way too much cardio. I think that I need to eat more food. I need to focus on calorie intake, magnesium. I need to focus on my macros a little more. I really ain't never really, y'all have seen me run the MyFitnessPal, and y'all have done that with me before, but I don't stay on top of it, and I'm still seeing growth and gains. So I don't really focus on them that much, but I do go hard when it comes to training, and I think that that's why I don't really have to focus on my diet as much. But if I start slipping and missing meals, I start losing weight, and I don't look good at all. You saw me last week, and that was part of my PMDD cycle, and I did not look good at all. I hadn't been eating. I definitely lost like a few pounds. Sometimes I'll fluctuate 7 to 10 pounds in like a week or two. It's crazy. It's actually a gift in the bodybuilding world, but I don't plan on doing like competitions, so that don't really matter. Good afternoon. Those potatoes are really good. Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to block you, Tyler. Wrong person. What is this going on? I'm so sick of YouTube, y'all. I did not mean to do that. That is a YouTube glitch that happens like every day. And actually, this past month, it had to have been over 10 pounds because I went from 132 down to 120, like 1 or 22 or 23 at one point. It was 2 different scales. Yes, I fluctuate heavily. Most women do during their menstrual cycle. You must be a man who doesn't have a period, who doesn't know anything about periods, clearly. Imagine having the audacity to talk about something and you don't even own one. You don't even own a vagina, but you feel entitled to tell a woman who owns a vagina how a vagina works. Wild. It's like people that's never lived my life or even met me coming and trying to tell my story for me. People are so fucking ridiculous. Jalapeno, sweet potato. People be jalapeno business. Don't even know the spice. So y'all know that I was talking about doing like a social science experiment with my own body and eating crappy food for like 2 weeks. Nothing but like sweets, baked goods, pizzas, frozen stuff, just to show you how my midsection would bloat out. And everybody's body works like that. You eat enough of too much junk and your body is going to turn into a pile of junk. It's just how it is. Yeah, so there was like a couple months ago, I got kind of depressed. And for like, it was over a week. I want to say it was a week and a half. I ate nothing but pastries every day. Like I was just snacking, go eat a piece of cheesecake, eat a cookie. I might have had one actual real meal a day. Everything that I was eating was just snacks, okay? Ice cream, my favorite stuff, donuts. Like, y'all, I'm not even lying. I had to have gained at least 10 pounds in that 10 days. Like, my body was bloated out. Most of that would have been water weight, but it also is a reaction to the inside of my body. The way that your stomach swells out, that's from the inflammation for your body fighting for its life because it's begging for real food. Your system cannot function on solely flour, sugar, and oil from sweet baked goods, you know? It's really crazy. Sometimes people's body shapes will actually tell you what they're struggling with, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's sweets, or other stuff, just overeating in general. Sometimes their shape tells the story. It's crazy because when I was big like that, I don't even think I noticed how big I was until there towards the end when I started reconciling with what I was kind of trying to come to terms with how it was kind of like I woke up and I just gained like 80 pounds in a year. I was like, how did we get here? It was a slow progression, but a year is not that long. They put me on hormonal birth control. And then I also moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. So I was like right around the corner from my job. So it changed the dynamics of how I used to run around because I used to commute for 4 hours a day for work. I did that for like 7 years. So I guess since everything was in the city and I was right there, so I drank more because home was closer. I could get shit-faced. And I ordered DoorDash, which was something new for me. Uber Eats, DoorDash, sometimes 3 times a day. Sometimes 3 times a day. It was a bad habit. And so I gained a bunch of weight because of drinking, because of new poor eating habits. I had never had DoorDash or Uber Eats before. We don't have shit like that out here. That's funny. Yeah, so I gained like 80 pounds. And I remember when I kind of realized I had to do something about it, I couldn't believe that it had gotten that bad, that I had gotten that bad. Like, I needed a whole new wardrobe within a year. We're talking about multiple pant sizes. I mean, to go from like a 4 or 6 into the 20s is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I got pants in storage right now, size 18. Crazy. Now I wear kids shit. Or men's, because it fits better. Like the youth. Boys' youth fits me perfect. Where do you shop? With 14-year-old boys. I'm the size of like a 15-year-old, you know? Oh, that's funny. Sweet potato. Y'all, I just blew jalapeno in my nose. You ever accidentally swallow something while you're talking, like you shoot it to your soul? Now it's in my nose. It sucks. I usually do it with rice. That's the worst one. I'll inhale and talk at the same time. I'm sorry about that, Tyler. I hope it was unhidden. Yeah. What is wrong with people? Fish. Your mama. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, I'm joking. It's just a Gordon's fish patty with some hot sauce. This is the Parmesan crusted. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. They ain't that bad for your, like, a diet. If you're a 80s baby like me and you like fish sticks, you know how you used to go to Mama's and Mama would just put some fish sticks in the oven, hand you a bottle of ketchup? I miss that. My mama was a pretty simple woman. She did things like egg salad and tomato sandwiches, and, you know, she grew up during the Great Depression and stuff, so it's my great-grandmother. But they always had fish sticks and ice cream. So I grew up on a lot of fish. Captain D's was a big thing in the 90s as well, 80s. So I think a lot of us was eating, like, fish like this. The Gordon's, it is expensive, but the macros on the back are not bad for you. Like, even with it being breaded, it's not that bad. They're great. I like to put them on a Sammy. Y'all seen me top a sweet, what was that? That was a baked potato bowl the last time I made that fish. Hello, boo-boo. I'm getting full. I don't want the rest of that taco or spinach, but I do want the hot dog. Johnsonville cheddar better. They're high in trans fat. But, you know, like I said, cut them in half. It ain't gonna kill you. I had a lot of potatoes in there. Hello, James. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Yes, I had to think about what day it was. Sweet potato, jalapeno. Jalapeno on a fork. I'm a big kid now. I know it's only 1 o'clock. I'm actually going to go ahead and take both of these magnesium, though. Usually I don't like to take them during the day because they will make you, like, so be careful. Do not take this when you wake up in the morning to go to work, baby squirrel. You don't want to be on this stuff when you're trying to drive the car and the kids, and absolutely not. This is the closest that you can get to marijuana without it being marijuana, okay? Legitimately. This one says calm. That's what it's supposed to do, is calm. But it does so much more than that. But it does have a calming effect, especially if you take it during the day. It will make you feel drowsy like an edible will. So don't take these during the day. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. I'm sorry if anybody's already wrecked their car, got a DWI. You could. You absolutely could get a DWI. Listen, if you accidentally take this and then you crash your car, do not tell them that you had this, because then they can charge you with a DWI. Absolutely. And I don't think, it's not a controlled substance, so I doubt they could. But I've heard of them doing it for Ambien. I saw a guy one time get arrested for that. Well, he actually got convicted of a DWI for Ambien. He thought it was 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. It was really like 2 or in the morning. This man wakes up high on Ambien. He took his prescription. 5 hours later, he wakes up thinking it's time for work. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. He puts on his work outfit. He goes, he gets in his car. He crashes his car by T-boning somebody, if I'm not mistaken. The cops show up. They're like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, I'm headed to work. And they're like, sir, your company, they knew the company. The officers knew the company. They're like, sir, your company doesn't even open for another 4 hours. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? And he's like, no, there's no way. And then they're like, have you taken something tonight? And he was like, yeah, I took my Ambien last night. And they're like, sir, it's still tonight. It's not last night yet. We're still in the middle of that night, sir. It stuck. It stuck. He was charged with DWI. Yeah. Be careful, because I don't know. So exciting. DWI. Oh my God. Oh God, and that's a fucking fake account. I swear to God, y'all. Oh God. Send help. Send help. Oh God, that's another fake account. Jesus. Oh God. Well, this is why Brooke talks to herself. And cheers. I would rather talk to myself than to somebody who's fake. Shit. That's the point. That's the whole point. Shit. Wild. I got spinach in my teeth. Probably. You know, I don't know why people be coming around asking the same questions. Like, I don't get it. You know? It's like people don't want to join in the moment with you being able to eat a meal when you didn't even get to eat last week because you're fucking homeless. They just want to come and be nosy so that they can try to destroy whatever you got going on. I do believe that a good portion of my following are fake followers. It really is like crazy that people dislike themselves that much, would try to harm a homeless woman. I mean, this is where we're at in society. It's really disheartening. Makes me fear for my children. You know, it's really disheartening. People are just really evil. And that evil stems from the self-hatred that they hold for themselves. It's where it starts. You know, if you become so unhappy with yourself, you will start spreading hate in the world. It's really sad. You know, a lot of people cannot let their ego and pride go and take accountability for the person that they are. And good people, they are drawn to those people because they wish they were like those people. But at the same time, instead of changing themselves and trying to take away the good from the good people they know, they simply try to tear down the good people they know because they're miserable. They don't want to implement change in their own life. They don't want to work on themselves. They don't want to strive to make their lives better. They simply want to be out here being little narcissists, because that's the definition of narcissism, is to intentionally inflict pain. They just want to be out here being little narcissists. It's easier than confronting their ego, their pride, their regrets, their pain, their trauma. It's really sad. Stay away from people like that. But I do believe that a good portion of my following is exactly like that. I know where it stems from, so I have empathy for people that are not happy with themselves. Even like people that are obese, the way that they bully skinny people. Even when that happens to me, I feel empathy for those people. Because I've been there. But never did I ever bully somebody because I let myself go. No. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Hey, John. How do you say that? Is that, oh God, that's another fake account. Why are all these fake accounts? I mean, y'all do not understand how many fake accounts I have pop up. It's like crazy. And it's hurt my following. Like the people that actually support my channel. It affects them probably more than it does me because I can't interact with the people that actually support me because I think that there's new people coming in, but it's not new people. It's a troll account that set up a new account 4 days ago, 12 hours ago, 2 minutes ago, and it's fake accounts. YouTube really needs to get their stuff together. They really do. You make money off of my back and you can't even help me as my employer? That'd be like getting hired for a lawn care company and your boss man dropping you off on the job site with no lawnmower. Listen to what I'm telling you. That'd be like being a hairstylist with no dye in the back. This is what in a buffoonery. You make more money off of my content than I do, and you can't even assist in doing what you said you were going to do? I'm talking about YouTube now. It's crazy. Me too. I have to. I stay to myself. See. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, I see. Hey, Tiffany. Careless Whisper. People like that I call parasites. No doubt. I don't know what it is with the nefarious pictures, the nefarious screen names, the nefarious stuff. That's usually a telltale sign that it's a child. I also, even though I have age restrictions on my channel, tell me why one of my stalkers just turned 18. So that means that this stalker was watching me when he was underage. So even though I put an age restriction on there, YouTube still gives children access to my stuff. So, you know, it's like, once again, I'm swimming against the current over here. I just feel like they should do more to protect creators, especially when they make their billions off of the backs of creators. They wouldn't even be making that money if it wasn't for us. Come on, y'all. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. We are the product that they sell. Without us, there would be no them. It's crazy that I get millions of views a month and I don't even make $1,000 paycheck. Shit's dwindling, homie. Hold on one second. How much exactly did YouTube make in 2024? I thought it was like 600. They made $50 billion. One time we looked it up and it was triple digit. It might have been triple digit millions. $50.6 billion with a B last year. And you know, I didn't even make $10,000 last year. Nowhere near it. I made less than $8,000. And I got 20-something million views in a year. Once again, without us, there would be no them. The way, in my opinion, that they rip off content creators is to build this debt trap where content creators are constantly forced to spend their own money, of which is barely nothing, on new merchandise, new cameras. You know, do you know how expensive this is? As of right now, $300 of my paycheck goes to make sure that I can film. Half the time, I still can't do that. And That's my grocery money. Like, and not only that, but like even when I was living out of a car, there was this pressure to always have something to film. It's just crazy. The places that we've got to visit, that was great. I'm glad that I got to film that because that was my 20s. What we've lived for the past 2 years, traveling from city to city, vacationing, enjoying the scenery and the outdoors, that's what I did in my 20s outside of working. When I would vacation, I would go all kinds of places. And so that was before really like camera phones. So I'm glad that I got to film some of that because I had a really great time the past 2 summers with you guys. But it was expensive just living out of a car, over $3,000 a month. Let's see here. So they made over $36 billion in advertising revenue. So let's think about this for a minute. I get paid off of the advertisements that they get paid for. So they made $36 billion off of ad revenue. However, I made less than $8,000 and got double digit, million views. It's crazy. They also earned a substantial income from subscriptions with a total revenue exceeding $50 billion for the 12-month period ending in September. The revenue is a key part of Google's overall earnings, which include advertising subscriptions like premium and other platforms. That was a 13.66% increase from the previous year. Yeah, hold up. As part of the alphabet, YouTube's revenue contributes to the overall company's financial results, which included total revenue for 2024 at over $350 billion for 2024. So I was right. Triple digit billions. There it is. It's so crazy because up here at the top, this is my employer. Up here at the top, they're telling me 50 billion. But, in the small print down here, we get the truth of $350 billion. And I made less than $8,000 last year for millions of views, over 20 million views. Y'all see why I have problems in society? This is my employer. Why is it that I'm the problem? Why am I the problem? I'm not the problem. They're the problem. Let me be very clear. In case you didn't know who was in the wrong here, since, this is my job now to teach people right from wrong. YouTube is absolutely in the wrong. This is just like stripping. This is just like any other line of sex work. This is just like OnlyFans. This is just like crypto. Okay? I love working for YouTube. Don't get me wrong. I love my platform. I love my followers. But the inconsistencies I cannot ignore. And I will not act like this is something that the other half of the internet, most people act like this is like the dream. And the truth is for the first 5 to 10 years, you are going to be struggling. Okay? If you can't tell by my channel and everybody else's that, there's a lot of people that struggled for 10 years before they even came to the YouTube platform. They started on Vine. They started on other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and then they started a channel. But that was after 10 years of hard work on other platforms. So what I'm going through is nothing new. All creators struggle in the beginning unless you have some kind of financial backing. It is what it is. It's just extremely unfair in my opinion. It's kind of like OnlyFans, there's this illusion that these girls are just going to make pictures. And then before you know it, they're doing full-fledged pornos in an attempt to make money because they were given the wrong impression from the start in an attempt to exploit them. So I think YouTube is, the lesser evil. I don't think that they're out here trying to pimp out people, but I do think that there's also an underworld of activities that happen from the platform. Like, we've talked about this before. I have men that will send me $5, $10. Oh, any of my stripper friends out there, you know I'm laughing. They'll send me $5 or $10 on Cash App, attach a phone number, and be like, oh, we should meet, we should talk, we should text. So I know from the way that people in society tried to attach themselves to me when I first came to this platform, I know for a fact there is tons of prostitution that takes place from this platform. I do not think that YouTube promotes that or even minds that it happens. I do not think that they facilitate it, but I do think that it happens and they don't really give a fuck. Okay? What they don't see, they don't care as long as ain't nobody out here dying type of thing, you know? Kind of like how a lot of people feel about prostitution. I feel the complete opposite. It's horrible. Anyone that says, oh, it's the oldest profession, it should be legalized, you're a pervert, shut up. Please, sit down. What does God say in the Bible about prostitution? Then you understand why I say what I say. I operate off of God's word, not off of what humans feel right at the time. God strictly prohibits prostitution. He talks about how it's a sin, how harmful it is to women, children, and statistically speaking, I mean, even statistically speaking, we know it's detrimental, okay? These women end up on drugs, jails, institutions, death. I've never met a successful prostitute. Never. I've met probably thousands, you know. When you had a career in sex work as long as I did, you meet girls in the clubs, okay? Meet girls all over the place. Hell, I went to LA to meet with it was like 2014. I went to LA to meet with these porn industry people, right? When I was staying in the hotel, I met porn stars that work for these agencies in the hotel. I never shot any porn or anything like that. I got the hell out of there, okay? From the time I landed in LAX till the 10 days of hell that I went through till the time I got out of there, I just wanted to get out of there. Do you hear me? I don't think I've ever made a worse mistake in my life than going to LA that year. It was the worst mistake of my life. We'll talk about that story one day because it's a 10-day story of a crazy ass story out there with these porn people. I mean, y'all. I could not wait to get out of there. But I met girls in the industry out there. One girl I told y'all about, the girl that wanted me to go to Las Vegas and strip with her. She had come to LA. Her boyfriend had been pinned up on human trafficking charges. This is the type of people that you meet in this industry. All of them. All lines of sex work are like this. So this girl's boyfriend had been caught up by the feds for human trafficking of women. He had a bond. And so she came to Los Angeles to sell her body through pornography to get him bond money to get him out. So she shot an anal video, which was 6 or 7 hours of her, you know. She gets back to the model house. She literally cannot sit down. And she's like, we should go to Las Vegas. She's like, I'm supposed to strip tomorrow, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I have a plane to catch to North Carolina. I'm not going to Las Vegas with you. So she took off to Las Vegas and I never seen her again. So you know, and it wasn't just her. It was like everybody I met in LA had some kind of crazy situation going down. It was insane. I'll definitely, that's like a story time, like hour-long video from start to finish. I literally got stranded there. I met some horrible people that were like human traffickers, no lie. They call themselves recruiters. Oh God, the shit I've been through. Yeah, it's like the modeling. Y'all remember in the 90s, any women that grew up in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, remember you'd be at the mall with your friends and then some random guy would come running up with a business card talking about, oh, I can get you in modeling in New York. Same thing, but different line of work. I mean, a lot of those girls that were models ended up trafficked in the 80s and 90s. So I guess it's not that different, but scary stuff. Scary, scary stuff. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy that she was selling her body to get a man out of jail that had been accused of human trafficking. And, you know, now, 10 years later, I don't think I've ever thought of this before. Maybe she was a victim of him. I don't know. I don't know. I could never harm my body in that manner for myself, much less for someone else that had harmed people. I mean, for all I know, she was a victim of him. She acted like it. She acted like, you could tell she was like manic over the situation. Specifically when she was going to her shoot to do the anal video, she was really nervous. She was like, I haven't done this in forever. She's like, I stopped shooting porn, blah, 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 blah. Like, she had been a porn star or had done some pornography before, got out of the business, was solely stripping. It was crazy. I think I have pictures of us together somewhere, which I'm not going to post on here. But like, we went to Capitol Records and stuff when we went to like this nightclub and we dressed up and like, I got pictures of us out there, like in front of because we took this nice Rolls Royce. And so I got pictures of us in the back and stuff. And so I don't know whatever happened to her. I hope that guy, I don't know. I hope she made it out of the industry because she was really nervous. She was pacing the model house before she went to film the pornography, the anal video. It was strictly just that. So when these agencies make contact with you or you make contact with them, the first thing that you do when you go into a porn agency, if you were to walk into like Vivid Entertainment and you were interested in getting a contract to shoot porn, the first thing they're going to do is give you a questionnaire, clipboard, and ask you what you're comfortable with. There was so much stuff on that list when I did this. I didn't even know what half of it meant. I think that was when I really realized that that's not who I am. When I was going through all these sexual things, it's talking about, I don't know what I can say on here, but it's talking about some heavy stuff, okay? Like BDSM and pegging and, you know? And I'm just like, I remember asking the agent, like, what's this? What's this? Like, what's a golden shower? I think I was like 25 then, and I was just so freaking naive. How old would 26 maybe? I don't know. I did not know anything about like even though I'd stripped, that stripping wasn't prostitution. That's a new thing up north in the central area of the United States on the East Coast. Here in North Carolina, to be a stripper, you did not have to sell ass. That's a new thing that happened after COVID. So my stripping career, I was not a prostitute. I don't know if I've ever said this. My stripping career, we were not allowed to do extras in the back. They would fire you on the spot. So when I went to Los Angeles to look into the porn industry, I had never even really watched porn. Like, I had watched like vanilla stuff, you know, like with a boyfriend or something, but it was not what the porn industry is now. These people are absolutely deranged. Anyways, so when they hand me the sheet and I'm going over all this stuff, I think it really dawned on me how naive I was. And it really dawned on me that these people were trying to not only destroy me, but like literally from the inside out. That's what they do to people. Okay. Not to mention the psychological effects. We already know from studies and stats that it is severely detrimental to the psyche to be wrapped up in sex work. There is nothing that any scientist has ever presented to say otherwise. Everything, all of the data shows that it is psychologically traumatizing to women and men to be subjecting themselves to sex work. It's not good for the soul, mind, body, spirit. None of that. Even watching that trash, it rots your brain. My hand feels so weird. It rots your brain. It literally rots your brain. Consuming pornography rots the gray matter of the brain, which is imperative to brain function. So I think it dawned on me when I was going over this checklist how dangerous this was. I absolutely didn't film anything. I'm glad that I chose not to go down I'm glad that everything that happened, because there's a whole long list of things that happened. Everything happened, and at the time I was kind of upset by it, but now looking back, that was God protecting me from harming myself. I was a single mom at the time, and I was absolutely desperate for money, you know, and most women that go out there and under the same circumstances I did, you know, some business card, hey, you can be a model. And it wasn't like that. It was a little different, but most women that go out there under the circumstances that I did, they don't, they're desperate for money. They're in a bad situation. That's why most women, 90 something percent, get into sex work. And that includes all lines of sex work. It's money motivation. I'm sorry, but the prostitute that you paid in 92, no, she didn't enjoy that. Absolutely not. I just think, you know, people like Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips, they're, you know, the culture, it's responsible for these women acting degenerate and allowing men to defile them, is creating a generation of men that want to defile women. Do you understand? It's very dangerous. A man's position on this earth is to protect and provide. That's God's word, not mine. It does not say defile, desecrate, destroy, violate, take, ruin. But look at the world around us. Look at how men treat women. And look at how women treat men too. But right now I'm specifically talking about men supposed to be protectors, okay? So it's just crazy how porn is changing the anatomy of women and men, like the landscape, the foundation. Men don't want to be men. Men would rather be with men. Women don't want to be, you know, with men. They'd rather be with bears. Oh, God. Men don't want to protect, provide. Hell, they want to be provided for. That's why they're going with me. Ouch. They said, shit, she don't want to bake. I'll learn how to bake. Ain't it a shame? All the women went to work. Now we got a new generation of men that want to stay home and bake cookies. What the fuck? Everything's upside down. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I don't watch porn. That's probably a good thing. Probably a good thing. So sometimes I'll be thinking people trolling, and then sometimes I'll be like, no, they're being dead ass right now. Shake and bake. That's so funny. Yeah, we're living in the upside down. Absolutely. It's crazy, though. I do see, I saw a trend. It said that moms are staying home. It said that women are leaving the workforces in droves and becoming stay-at-home moms again. I don't know how in this economy. Your husband must make good money, girl. Like, you on the up and up. You can just quit your job and stay home with the kids and homeschool them. Apparently, that's another one. Homeschooling and mothers leaving the workforce, the numbers are skyrocketing. You know, playing with kids' education, I think people, yeah, I don't think they're happy about children not being able to read. It sucks. The education system's falling apart. Nurses are being laid off. Doctors are being laid off. Teachers are being laid off. We all fatigued over everything. Everything. Gas prices, laundry detergent prices, like potato prices, banana prices. We fatigued over everything. I saw some woman that was talking about her power bill. Apparently, people's powers are skyrocketing. She said, my bill last month was $600, which is expensive, but it bumped up in less than a month over $250. There's a lot of people, their power bill's shooting up. It's crazy. It is crazy. This is so good. It's that, it's Rise Hydration. On the go electrolyte drink mix. Replenish electrolytes. Pink splash. It's strawberry. That's why I like it. Rise Hydration. It's got sodium, sea salt, pink Himalayan, potassium, ton of B vitamins, B12, B6, niacin, vitamin C. It's got some good stuff. 16 packets in there. I don't remember how much it was. I think it was 18. Ain't that crazy? What is that, like 80 something cents a packet for a drink to stay alive, hydrated? Yeah, I've seen that. I bought some sea salt. It's in storage. I saw that you can just like sprinkle the pink Himalayan salt in some water, but it's in storage. I bought it right before I lost my truck, and then I moved everything into storage, and yeah, that's one of those things I probably need to grab. Much better for you. How much do you use? Like a tablespoon? Like if I put like half a cup of ice and then like a bottle of half of water in here, what would you use? Like a tablespoon maybe? Or a half a tablespoon for something this size? It'll fit a bottle and a half of water, which is what, like 30, 40 ounces. You know, this might be 40 ounces. Oh, it is 40 ounces, so it's 40 ounces. I wonder how much I could put in there. I didn't drink all this protein, but that's because I ate all that food. It's okay. That's got creatine in it too. I do like the creatine pills, but I've got that protein with that has 3 grams of creatine per scoop. So I have that once a day, and that's 3 grams a day of creatine. And I do notice a difference, specifically in the striations that I have coming in on my chest and stuff. That's what the creatine for. It's going to really give you a little more definition in the muscle and stuff. Like my forearm. You can really see that's another thing. My veins. I have gotten so veiny. It kind of freaks me out. It reminds me of like Arnold when he was real big and all veiny when he would do competitions. It kind of creeps me out because, I don't know. Maybe I'll get over it. It gives me a little bit of body dysmorphia because I'm not used to it. And I see it on my stomach and around my hip bones. And big old thick veins. I guess that means I'm hydrated. You can see them in my arms too. So the fuck, dude. I thought something was falling out the sky. Creatine is awesome. It is. Oh, I would have shared with you. Is that Chakan? Chakan? Sea salt, lemon juice, and water. I got 2 lemons. I might do that later. I only do a salt lick when I got a tequila and a lime. Are you talking about? Oh, I can't do it on this hand. We're going to have to. 100 grams of protein a day, and I'm just not a big eater. I drink a lot of fluids. Drink the protein. Oh, John. Egg whites. Egg whites. I know it sounds gross, but it's not. Egg whites. So they sell it. They're kind of expensive. I would recommend the tall one as the cheapest price at Walmart. I think it's going to be like $4.99. You should be able to get like 8 servings out of that. I would use 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of egg whites mixed with either water or milk. And if you're trying to get more protein, use whole milk. And then do a scoop or two, a scoop of protein. You're going to get like over 50 grams of protein. I think it's 55 with a full cup of egg whites. So if you do a full cup of egg whites plus the scoop of protein, if I'm not mistaken, it's around 55 grams of protein. So, and you don't have to add no water or nothing. If you're doing a full cup, which is 8 ounces, plus a scoop of protein, that's perfect. And that'll be around 55 grams of protein. So if you're looking to gain some weight or muscle, that's the quickest way to do it. And the egg whites, after you mix it up with the protein, you can't taste it. You really can't. And if you're anything like me, you just chug that thing down. You don't even think twice about it. It's not gritty. It's not slimy. It tastes like a thick smoothie. So I would recommend that if you're trying to get in a lot of protein. I'm not a big eater either. It's hard for me. Mainly because of my circumstances, you know. I know when y'all saw me back in January, February, and March. We was living the high life, man. I had financial stability. Things were going good. I was able to film. We were working out every day. Our diet was clean. My mood was good. It's because I had financial security. I didn't have to worry about how I was going to pay my truck note, how I was going to get gas, if I was going to starve. And now it's even worse because I'm on the streets, you know. But, yeah, financial security can really help these things progress, you know. Ensure is a great one, too. Yeah, Ensure. Those boost drinks are really good. Be careful with the sugar content on those if you are diabetic, because some of them do have high sugar. It really sucks that everything has so much sugar. All the coffees on the shelves, from the Starbucks to the Javas through Monster Energy, they all have high sugar. I really wish that they would make everything without sugar. We should have an option of refined sugar or not, because we don't need it. There's so many sweeteners that you can use. There's also fruits, like monk fruits and stuff. Don't they use that as a sweetener? Honey, and then sugar alcohol. I would rather eat sugar alcohol. It don't bother me. I actually enjoy it. You know, Premier Protein, I like those too. I've done a lot of those Premier Proteins. I like the coffee ones too, because they have just first thing in the morning, they have I think it has 60 milligrams of caffeine, maybe 65, as much as a regular cup of joe, maybe 80. And I think that those Premier Proteins only have a gram I think they have a gram, don't they? They're not bad. They're not too bad. I used to drink those all the time when I was losing weight year before last. I would buy I think that comes in a 20 pack. Those things have gotten so expensive, those pre-made. I would recommend just buying protein powder, because that's what I do now. Those ones that are already pre-made, they're so expensive. So expensive. Yeah. The protein powders typically don't have a lot of sugar in them either. They'll be sweetened with something artificial. Here's the thing, though. The more protein I drink, the fitter I get. So even though some of those proteins have artificial sweeteners in them, it's not anything that's hurting me, honey, because I ain't did nothing but physically improved for the last 2 years. So clearly it works. The protein thing, you're supposed to drink, if you're on a weight loss journey or you're trying to grow muscle, you want to aim for 1 pound per body weight. So, or 1 pound per body weight. I'm going to kill somebody. Please do not eat 500 pounds of protein. Oh my God. Listen, you're supposed to have 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if I want to be 165 pounds, then I need to aim for 165 grams of protein a day, which is a lot. That's so much. I usually make probably 135 to 150, which is still great, because I weigh, 128, 126. I fluctuate. I get up to 130 and then I drop back down. So to gain muscle, I want to stay right in where I'm at. It's not going to hurt anything. And some nutritionist will say 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. It just depends, I guess, on what you're trying to do. Yeah, please do not eat a whole container. I can see somebody in the store right now. This is only 1 pound. Can I get 25 of these? Oh, that one container was 4 pounds. They do make a container that's 4 pounds of protein at Walmart. I think it's the 6 brand, and that's 4 pounds. Please don't eat that whole container in a day. Please. Yeah, no, 1 gram per pound. Francisco, hello. Yeah, I'm getting there, Chris. Getting there. Yeah, I can't wait till I'm like another 20, 30 pounds heavier. I just want to fill in any loose skin that I have, which I don't really have a big problem, but I do want to fill in loose skin. So that's my goal, is to just bulk up enough muscle to just look whole again. Not that how can I explain this? Shit. So once you've been big, let's say you get over 250 pounds, you're never going to be able to be 100 pounds again. I hate to break it to you. I'm not trying to crush your dreams. You can have a weight loss journey, and I want you to. But you can't weigh 300 pounds and then look normal at 100. You're going to have loose hanging skin. You see? You see? We're going to fill that up with muscle. You'll have a little loose hanging skin, you know. Y'all seen it when I bend over. I get like the bunch up. That's because I used to be bigger and I got skinnier. Well, if you were to do that and you were in my situation, the best thing to do is actually grow muscle. Get a little bigger. Muscle weighs more than fat. So if you're in a bodybuilding journey and you're consuming the protein and you're weightlifting and you're doing progressive overload, the scale's going to go up. But yeah, so the plan is to pack on like, well, I'm at we'll say 130. I'm close to 130. I want to pack on like another 35 pounds. I'm trying to get up to like 160, 165. But I don't know. I might get up to 140 and like where I'm at. So I don't know. That might be enough to fill in and look solid like The Rock. Like I'm trying to look like The Rock. Okay. So maybe 150 or 145. I might look solid enough and be happy with that. I don't know. I think that I could get up to 160, 165 and it would look like seriously. Like, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's my goal though. And that's what I'm doing. So if you've lost weight or you're trying to lose weight and you've been bigger and you want to be skinny, maybe find a happy medium. You know, like if you're at 200 pounds and you want to get down to 120, maybe be happy with 130 or 40. You know, I think that people that have lost significant weight, they look better with a little more meat on their bones as opposed to being super skinny because of loose skin. It also accentuates cellulite, stretch marks, stuff like that. If you can kind of fill out your structure more, you can't notice those things as much, you know? So that's the goal. Hey, Kimberly, Charles, Derry, how are you doing? Happy Thursday. How are you doing, Derry? Hey, Heather. Oh, I always am keeping my head up. Can't help it. That's the only way I know. Oh, well, thank you. I actually would like to do more fitness stuff. You know? Like, you know how they have like the Ninja Warrior stuff? Stuff like that. Like, maybe not that competition, but stuff like that. Like, I don't know. What do they call them? Like, fitness competitions? I don't know. There's like obstacle courses that you can just join. They have them all over the country at like all the time. They have them in the winter, the summer, the spring. It's kind of like the breast cancer walks, but they're obstacle courses where it's kind of like military style. You're throwing your body over fences. Yeah, the Ninja Warrior would be so much fun. I saw this kid do it the other day. Oh my God. He was 15. He completed, like, it was a special edition too. It was crazy. He did all this corkscrew stuff and like, y'all, it was wild. I was like, that is crazy. His whole family was there hyping him up. Like, it's wild. Oh, I'm so sorry, Heather. Ow, y'all. Y'all, that's another fake account. This is what I'm talking about. Let me tell y'all something. I have really bad anxiety and I can't stand fuckery. People that act stupid, that come here. I don't even know where to begin. That was a fake account. So people will come here trying to bait my following into thinking that I'm some kind of bad person. Like, they'll drop in the comments and they'll say they're like dying of cancer or something, and then I'll figure out it's a fake account. They're looking for like fake sympathy. I also have people that come here and they'll say that they sent me a donation when they never sent me a donation, and then my followers will be in the comments going, yay, like, and I'm like, no, it's a lie. It's a lie. They're doing that for attention. Like, I've made it perfectly clear I have zero desire to meet with anybody off the damn internet, and no one on the internet should be meeting anyone else off the internet. The hookup culture has gotten people way too comfortable with meeting strangers that could kill them. People come here to troll. You got your gallbladder removed. I'm so sorry about that. I weighed 130 and look like death. Yeah, I bet. If you're 5'10", that's skinny as hell. Because that's what I'm at now, and I'm only 5'5". And I look skinny. So that's crazy. I'm glad you made it through that, Chris. You're absolutely right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll definitely pray for you. Did I? Oh, God. I'm going to make a banner. It's going to say the homeless hot woman. I'm going to make a banner. And that banner will not come down until I own a house. So it's probably going to be up there for 5 to 10 years. I don't understand. It'd be like somebody borrows your car, and then somebody borrows your car, and then people see you driving around town and they just assume that you bought a new car. Like, it's crazy because I saw this other van lifer, this girl that was a van lifer, and she was talking about being homeless. And I was like, I need to clip this. Ain't that sad? I didn't know. Because I know most of my followers understand what homeless is. They're not ignorant. Oh, God. It'd be like you're couch surfing from friend to friend, and people are like, oh, he's fine. He has a house. He stays with Kevin on Tuesday, Tom on Wednesday, Curtis on Thursday, Steven on Friday. And people are like, Derry, thank you so much. People are like, oh, he's housed. Thank you so much, Derry Lindsay. It's like, I take a shower at somebody's house and now I'm a homeowner. Don't let me use your oven, because that'll be my house. What the fuck? Is that how that works? All I need to do is knock on some unsuspecting person's door and be like, hey, can I use your bathroom? And all of a sudden I'm a homeowner? And doing it wrong? That's all it takes. Lie to me. Lie to me. Yo. Lie to me, The drama. The drama. I can click on old comments too and see what you've said in the past. Why is it that people come to the internet looking for love or attention or affection, or what is that? That is so weird. I don't know. I mean, people really need to get outside. They really do. Please. Like, so weird. The trolls. I had suspected her like a couple of weeks ago, but then she got missing, so I just ignored it. I need to learn not to ignore things. Just nip it in the bud. Nip it in the butt. Nip it in the bud. But bud. Nip it in the bud. Is that like is that like priming some tobacco? Like, are we priming tobacco over here? Squatters' rights. Amen. Yes, squatters' rights. No doubt. Go touch grass. That's what her son says, for real. Some people really do need to go touch grass. Like, yeah. So if I knock on somebody's front door, does that mean that's my house now? Because that's how the internet thinks. That's exactly how the internet thinks. They're like, oh my God, she's got a plate of food. She owns a home now. Oh, I think you've told me part of that before, Derry. That's so great. I'm glad that you got out of that situation. Being homeless is nothing like a flower bud. Being homeless is no laughing situation, but yeah, I'm glad that you made it off the streets, because it's typically not that easy for people, you know. We don't hear a lot of good success stories when it comes to homeless people, which is crazy because the government's had control over the situation for 100 years. They're doing a great job, you know. Like, it's crazy. Nipping in the bud to prune the growth on a plant. Nipping in the bud. The bud. Yeah, I never knew if it was bud or bud. Sense. Y'all, that was really good. So good. I went outside, I ran until my hands started to hurt, and then I was done. Ooh, they about to start locking people up in Winston. And the saga continues. Saga, shit. On to the next big word that broke down. Little big word. It's 4 letters. I know how to spell it, I just don't know how to say it. Saga. The trilogy continues. So in Winston-Salem, they're like in a deficit of like $40-something million, $46 million. They're also missing an additional like $332 million. Blah, 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 blah. They misappropriated, misspent, mislost, misstole some money. Okay, we don't know. A member of the Winston-Salem Forsyth County School Board of Education says that she supports suing former administrators for their roles in the system's ongoing financial crisis. So they are seriously having debate about who to incarcerate over this money, and rightfully so. That's how we prevent these types of things from happening. We make sure that justice is served, people face consequences, discipline is dished out. And I can assure you, when people know that they're going to get 10 or 15 years in prison and lose their livelihoods, their careers, their home, and custody of their children, they won't be out here stealing education money. It's because they know that they can get by with it, that they've done it for so long. And it's not just on the local level. Look at the federal government, all the money that's wasted, taxpayers' money, EBT, illegal immigration. An investigation by the North Carolina auditor, Dave, turned up no signs of criminal conduct related to a financial crisis at the Winston-Salem Forsyth County School. However, those findings don't necessarily close the door to potential legal action against administrators considered responsible for tens of millions of dollars in overspending. In response to a question by a school board member, Sabrina Coon, at an August 19th meeting, the system's attorney, Jenkins, acknowledged that the district is exploring civil lawsuits against former administrators related to what Kuhn called gross negligence. Lock them all up. Lock them all up. They are all congratulations on your sobriety. In a phone interview on Monday, Kuhn told the Journal that she absolutely backed legal action against the former chief financial officer Tommy Kranz and perhaps former superintendent Tricia McManus for their roles in financial mismanagement that led to a deficit of at least $46 million in the budget year that ended in June on the 30th. That financial hole prompted deep cuts in this year's budget and the elimination of 344 jobs. That's right, over 344 educators were laid off, teachers. The board is working on that. If there's more to discuss, blah, 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 blah. So all right, Allie Tomberlin. Allie Tomberlin, who served as the general counsel for the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools from 2009 to 2015, said Monday that she couldn't speculate on potential legal strategy. She added, if the school's attorney's office felt that they were able to maintain a civil action against anyone whose actions contributed to the deficit, I jury to order payment of monetary damages on behalf of the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools. A report released this month by an auditor said that the state auditor detailed years of financial mismanagement, including failure to address issues raised in annual audits by firms hired by the district. The 3-month study into the school system's finances also found that the district did not adjust staffing to align with declining enrollment and spent beyond its means for years, particularly when the flow of federal COVID relief dollars ended in 2024. So they was just misspending money, hiring all their friends and family, and work in the damn school district. That was one of the biggest issues, is that they had more people actually needed. They didn't even have that many students in comparison to how many educators they had. Typically, we hear that we don't have enough educators. In this instance, everybody had a job, but nobody knew what everybody's job was, type of deal. Remember how, like, in government, they were just, everybody had a job as long as you were not white. Remember those DEI programs where you could just get hired for nothing? What was your job? Nobody really knew. You were working from home. Remember? So it's one of those situations where all of these people had jobs. They didn't really have a lot of children enrolling, not as many as we would think for that many educators. And a lot of these people were related, like friends of friends of family of friends of family. It's sketchy as hell. All of it. And if this was going on in the school district, this was the Board of Education. This is the school district for Forsyth County, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. If this is what's going on in the school district, just imagine what's going on in law enforcement, the DOC, DSS, Child Protective Services, you know. This was education that all of this money went missing. If you've been here from the start, then you know that I've made really dangerous allegations against Forsyth County for years. A full circle moment for me. It's like, aha, gotcha, bitch. I knew it. I knew it. And if it's going on in the school district, it's absolutely going on in the Department of Social Services. It's crazy. Yeah, do it before bed. Sweet potato waffle fries, but you gotta have the fluff, the marshmallow fluff. You ever had it with marshmallow fluff? It's so good. Gotta have the fluff cold. Cold fluff with crispy waffle fries. Sweet potato waffle fries. Yeah, this is the best one I've been able to find. 300 milligrams. What's the brand? QUNOL Minerals. I think I got this at Walmart or Walgreens or CVS. Yeah, sweet potato. They have sweet potato waffle fries and regular waffle fries. So good. Yeah, sweet potato fries. I have the marshmallow fluff, though. The sugar. So I did post that clip of that child being followed. Can we talk about that for a minute? So if you haven't seen it, there was a 14-year-old girl like we were talking about this morning. There was a 14-year-old girl that was being harassed and followed around Dundee. Is that Scotland? Because it says she was arrested in Scotland. Is that part? You want to know how dumb I am? Shut up. You're about to figure it out with this question. Shut up. I don't even have a fucking formal education, so sue me. Is Scotland part of the UK? Yes. Okay, so that's why it was saying that's why it was saying that she was arrested in Scotland, because I didn't understand. Listen, I don't even remember taking geography in school. So the fact that I even maybe assumed that Scotland was its own entity is, I thought, never mind. I'm just digging that hole, digging up bones. Listen, yes, Scotland is a country. It's part of the United Kingdom. So, but oh, it's Ireland that's like branched off. But oh, it's above it. Okay, well, on Big Girl Geography with Brooke today. So it looks like it's like right up there. Yeah. So, anyways, England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and Northern Ireland. Okay. Well, the more you know. I knew they were all right there together because I actually have an itinerary for a trip that I want to take through Greenland, Iceland, Stockholm, all of that. So I actually knew that Ireland was there, but Scotland, I wasn't quite sure where it was. And I also didn't know if it was part of the UK. But it is. It is. It is. Okay. I'm an idiot. So that girl, I posted a video of the 14-year-old girl that was being harassed by this immigrant in the UK. They arrested this child. She was 14 years old. She has the heart of a warrior. Her and her sister had been followed by this man. They had been harassed by him, at which time the child pulls out a weapon, letting him know that she was strapped. Smart baby squirrel. So he then pulls out a camera, starts antagonizing her even more. If you notice in the video, he actually walks up on this child. That is intentional. That is to incite fear into the victim. The camera is to incite fear into the victim, but also to gaslight the victim at the same time. To film her and approach her, it was to gaslight her at the same time. It's to confuse her and to make her feel like she's the one in the wrong. He walks up on this child and he's like, show the weapon, at which time she does. Good for her. She did nothing wrong. She did nothing wrong. He was looking for smoke and he met his match. The fact that the government has locked this baby up is absolutely just past infuriating. I mean, this is the start. This is a pivotal moment for the entire world. This is the start. She's in jail. He's out on the streets. He followed those girls for blocks. He was looking to antagonize them. He was looking for a reaction. When he got that reaction and he saw those weapons, he decided to antagonize them with a cell phone to confuse them, gaslight them. And then he proceeds to walk up on these children as they are already literally in fear of their lives. You can hear and look at those girls and tell that they were scared as hell. In my opinion, those girls are wholeheartedly aware of the dangers. Their parents have probably already set them down, showed them news articles of other women that were kidnapped, raped, and murdered, or sex trafficked, because that's the new thing. This is gang grooming. Those girls are at the ideal age for these types of gang stalkers, groomers, sex traffickers to actually get their hooks in them. Those girls genuinely feared for their lives. You can hear the panic, the way that they scream, the way that they're hollering. At one point, she even takes that knife and says, "Stay away." She proceeds to walk away and then comes back to assert her power. Good for her. It's really sad that that child has more audacity, balls, and gall than half of the United Kingdom. It's really sad. So it's on my page if you want to go see it. I just want to relay to you what exactly was happening in that video, because most people would see that and not understand what was happening. But I understand his frame of mind because I've directly, extensively dealt with predators such as him my entire life. And I'm trying to break down what he was trying to do. He was trying to confuse her with his camera, gaslight her, make her question her own sanity, make her look crazy on camera after he antagonized her and followed her for block after block, harassing her and her baby sister, who was only 12. We only see a small portion of the incident that actually played out. That child should not be in jail. I've lived what that child has went through 1,000 times over in the past 2 years. It's really sick. It's crazy to think that you could be the victim of a stalking case. You then turn around and defend yourself, and you're the one that ends up in jail. I mean, it's our rights. One of our rights is the right to defend ourselves. These are our rights that are on the line. And this child is going to be used as some political pawn. It's just crazy that people cannot see that this is our rights that we're talking about. I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in a communist country, and we're already halfway there. Have been for a long time. Hey, Miss GT. Yeah, did you see it? Yeah, I mean, it's pitiful. You can see that they're scared. I don't care that that child has weapons. She has every right to have a weapon. These children are being preyed upon as they walk to school, as they walk to their friend's house. These groomers, they are seeking out these young girls with the intention of sex trafficking them. These little girls are white girls. What does the Quran teach? The Quran teaches to disrespect white women. Matter of fact, it says to behead them. It says that they are trash. They are less than trash. This is what the Quran, Islam, this is what it teaches. These white girls are fully aware of that. That's what you're witnessing. You're witnessing them being terrified that they're going to be beheaded after they are raped, gang raped. I'm literally shaking right now. People think that this is a joke. This is not a fucking joke. It's a joke until it happens to you or your daughter or your granddaughter. Then you'll see the effects of it. And it's going to trickle down. It's crazy. It's really crazy. They were horrified. Those little kids are more educated than most of the people running government over there. Their level of fear, their level of defense, their level of willing to be violent, that's because they know the realities of what these people believe and what these people are trying to do to them. Yeah, so the predator's out on the street. He's out to groom more children, to stalk more children. He's free to live his life and go groom more children to sex traffic. And the child that was being stalked by him, that feared for her life and her sister's life, as you can hear in the video, she screams, "Get away from my sister. Stop walking up on us." He was doing that for a reaction. He asked her to show the weapons. She shows the weapons. And then he proceeds to walk towards her. And he'll have the court believing that he feared for his life as he walked up on a child with weapons. What he was hoping for was a reaction from his action. He was hoping that he would walk towards her and then she would swing with a weapon. He was baiting her. This is pretty simple shit. It's really crazy that he would do that. But that goes to show the level of narcissistic behavior within him. He's baiting her. He's looking for a reaction because he knows he has his camera rolling. Oh, yeah, they hate white women. They despise them. Despise them. White women are trash in Islam. Are you joking? Oh, God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, they are the most despised thing on earth when it comes to Islamic beliefs. It's crazy that Westerners don't know this. Yeah, they're to be used as sex objects, and abused. This is what the Quran teaches. And even deeper than that, the Quran actually teaches that if women don't wear a hijab, then they should be beheaded on the spot. Let me ask you something. Hypothetically, how many people did they say immigrants we have here? 55 million, I think they said. In total. Like, that's how many overall whole immigrants we have. There's a gnat. Immigrants, I think it's like 55 million, right? What happens when you get more of another country into a new country? What happens when you get more citizens that believe something like Islam into this country? How many people would they need to start implementing their own beliefs? And how do they do that? Well, they start with places like Minnesota, places where like Tim Walz governs over, and they plant people individually in these liberal cities that believe in Islam, and before you know it, we're a communist country again. It won't take long. It only took 20 years in the UK. It's crazy. It's scary. It's really scary. And to know what their belief system is towards whites, towards Western women, towards women who don't wear the hijab, they are to be treated like trash. And the only use is for sexual assault and, prostitution. These things are written. This is what these people believe in. It's crazy. And actually, there's been a ton of street interviews recently where people who believe in Islam, they're starting to be really outspoken about what the plan is. I think Nick Shirley is one of those people that has done a street interview with a crazy woman that was absolutely insane. I might have that name wrong. I probably need to start writing this stuff down so I can tell you guys. She absolutely says that Islam is going to take over the whole world. They're telling us what their plan is. People need to wake up. People need to look at what's going on in the UK. People need to hold their children as close to them as possible, because we have terrorists on American soil. We have people that believe in so many different things, and some of those things are not good things, which makes those people extremely dangerous, depending on what level they believe in that religion. Because I'm not saying all people that believe in Islam are bad, but what I am saying is there is a lot of Islamic extremists, okay? I'm not saying they're all that way, but there are quite a bit that have immigrated here that want to do harm to America, and their plan is to absolutely infiltrate and take over this country. That has been the plan for a very long time. People need to wake up. It's crazy. Scottish short. Yeah, so that's at the top I see now. I was wondering, so she's Scottish. Okay, that's why they keep saying Scottish girl was arrested, because I'm thinking like she was in Scotland because I'm slow. Yeah, it's so crazy. A journalist. Oh, thanks, Renee. I would love to. Maybe I should send some emails to some of my favorite media channels. Sponsor me. Yeah, I just need an editor and a videographer, and we can pump some stuff out. Definitely Scottish. Yeah, I heard her accent. She didn't play. Oh, she did not play, yay. She did not. She was ready to kick his ass. I mean, first of all, she grown up in a home with either a brother or a father, honey. She either got like 4 older brothers or a mean-ass daddy. Because that girl looked just like me when I get angry. The way she held that knife up, I was like, oh my God, it's baby Brooke. And then she like walks down the walk path and she comes back with them knives. What did I say? She come back to assert her power and let him know she was not playing. I love it. I love it. I mean, that kid's going places. A Viking daddy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Baby squirrel, you got some soul, you got some spirit, you got some strength. You need to take your ass somewhere important. Seriously. That strength that she's got within her, you know, people like that, they need to use what they have for a purpose, whether it's the military, whether it's fitness, whether it's defense, starting their own company. That fire that she has in her, everybody needs to have that fire in them, because what's going on right now is so scary. I mean, it's so scary. It's all the government's fault from here to there. Every continent, it's all the government. South Africa to here, it's all the government. Ain't it crazy? You know, the sad part is that we actually need them. If we didn't have the government, we would be in a worse place. Let's just leave it at that. But it sucks because at the same time, they are our biggest enemy right now across the globe. And everywhere, every corner you look, the government is the problem. Sucks. Yeah, she was ready to throw down. She wasn't playing. But at the same time, you could tell that she was absolutely terrified. The color of her face, the way that she contorts her face, you can tell that she was not only terrified, but she would have literally laid down her life for her sister. That level of loyal, yeah, that's why I'm single. That's why I'm single. Because you don't find that level of loyal. That child is so brave. Kudos to her. I really hope that she gets out of jail. Like, so sad. I hope that she doesn't become a political pawn, but it seems like that's what's going to happen. I mean, they locked this child up. And it's the same scenario that, like, I'm going through, you know, just different country, different setting, different women, different children, you know, but it's kind of crazy how these things can get turned around this day and age. I do believe because its departments were defunded and, like, they're also not training these people. They don't have the money to train officers in the academy like they used to. They go through the basic, I do believe, but they're not, you know, back in the day, they would have to take all of these extra classes. Whether you were in social work, whether you worked for EMS, whether you worked for law enforcement, you were always having to take these extra classes. What is that? There would always be a new training course going on through your career. It seems like that kind of stuff is kind of halted, okay? They're not training people like they used to across the board. So that's going to affect how officers respond to these types of incidents. Also, people are getting dumber. Common sense is not the strongest point for a lot of people anymore. Neither is intuition or initiative. That's going to cause massive problems when it comes to police investigations and situations like this where this child is in jail and the perpetrator is walking free. So they locked her up for brandishing a weapon. Are y'all not allowed to have weapons in the UK? Sorry, I be forgetting that the West is not the whole world. I forget y'all under kings and queens over there. Can y'all even have firearms in the UK? Can people brandish or people have weapons in the UK? Hey, Renee. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I took my magnesium. I'm back on my meds. Seriously. Oh. Ruh-roh. Baby girl. This is messed up. So it says, no, it's a serious criminal offense to brandish a weapon in the UK. I'm so glad I was born in America. Woo, I'm so glad I was born here. Y'all know I stay strapped. Laws strictly regulate the possession and use of knives, firearms, and other offensive items. You ain't even got the right to defend yourself in that country? Shut the front door. Displaying any of these in a threatening manner can lead to a prison sentence. So this is why they locked Baby Squirrel up. Because she didn't have any old weapons. Can we just talk about the size of that machete and that axe? I mean, yeah, her daddy must have been a Viking. You're right about that. He had to have been, because Who just carries around, and she had them in her pants like a boss. Oh, God, I was waiting for her to pull a razor blade out of her mouth. You know, like, what the hell is going on? First of all, the weapons was tucked down in her breeches like a G. That's some street shit. I don't know where, I don't know what block this kid grew up on. Is she a foster kid? That would explain a lot. That would actually explain quite a bit. It'd even give more context to the story of this man harassing her. I don't know. But that is some foster care shit. Like some foster kid care shit. To pull weapons out your baggy ass jeans and square up in a public park. Yeah, that's foster care shit. Or your father was a Viking. I mean, you were either trained by John Wick himself or you're in the foster care system. I don't know, but that was some G shit. Because she even went to put the weapons back in there and then changed her mind and turned around and went back. I'm not condoning violence. What I am condoning is self-defense, standing your ground, protecting yourself, speaking your piece, having the right to be human and a female and not worried about getting raped, kidnapped, and murdered. I don't condone violence. But someone with her spirit absolutely needs to be in some kind of job where she can be violent. Go get paid to kick ass, squirrel. Don't be like me, okay? Go get paid to kick ass. Don't be like me. For real. So much spirit. It's crazy. Knives have barcodes tied to your driver. You lying. Barcodes. Yeah, I think I've seen that they don't carry guns in the UK. That is crazy. Or a product of MK Ultra. No shit. God. She's that's crazy. So let's back this up. Let's think about this. If it's a criminal offense to have these weapons, how scared would these parents and children have to be for these children to be toting around that kind of arsenal in her breeches? You know how like in spy movies, like they go in a closet and they hit a button and then like a wall rotates down and all these weapons are on the wall? Those Jinkos she had on. I bet you if you shook those Jinkos out, a whole arsenal would have fell out. That was just crazy. But do you know how scared is my point? To take the risk of going to jail at 14 just to tote weapons because you're so harassed. I really wish I could talk to this kid. I want to know how long she was stalked by this guy. I want to know how many interactions they had previous. I want to know everything. That is where investigators should have started, not with locking this child up. But that's not what they're doing. They're actually facilitating this behavior by facilitating illegal immigration and completely ignoring the citizens of the UK. And it's being destroyed. People are being taken to jail for frivolous crap while real criminals are just running free. It's the same thing that we've had going on here, but on a whole nother scale. This trafficking of children has been going on for 20 years. And the government has just ignored it. Ignored it. Hell, poor Charlene, she didn't even get justice. Her murderers got set free when they openly admitted that they not only sexually assaulted her, but they apparently turned her into, like, they chopped her up into little pieces, y'all. They openly admitted this. It was a known thing in the community, in the restaurant where these two men worked that killed her. And they never served any time. That happened in 2003. And that's one of the first cases that I've ran across of, like, the start of this, really. I wish I could find a pair of classic Jinkos. I'd wear them all the time. Sorry, I need to quit smoking. My patch fell off when I went for a run. That's the bad thing about those things. The act of brandishing is categorized as threatening with a weapon, a more severe offense than simply carrying one. The law defines this as using a weapon to make someone fear that violence will be used against them. Let me just remind you that these children were 12 and 14. These immigration problems started back in 2002 approximately. The grooming and sex trafficking of children started around the same time in 2002. These two girls, all they've ever known since they were born is the threat of being kidnapped, raped, and murdered. This sex trafficking, grooming, stalking ring has been going on for over 20 years. Those children have only been alive for 12 or 14 years. Their whole lives, they have had to fear walking down the street because of illegal immigration. So I just want for people to conceptualize that all these two girls have ever known is the fear of being kidnapped, raped, and murdered. And they've watched other white girls their age be trafficked, groomed on the streets of the UK. Do you understand? They feared for their life their whole lives. The only life they've ever known is each other, to protect each other. I want to know who these children are. I can't find them. There's no names because they're juveniles, of course, thank God. I want their privacy to be protected as much as it can be given the circumstances. You know, their faces are out there. Their hometowns are out there. But I just want people to be able to conceptualize that the only thing these children have ever known is fear. And you can see that in the video. And that's exactly why they had weapons. To think that the UK is a first world country when children at the age of 12 or 14 have to carry weapons to defend themselves against sexual predators as they walk to school is crazy. That's crazy to think that that's a first world country. They can't even walk down the street safe. But everything's fine around here. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And it's just as bad here. It's just as bad here. I mean, the UK definitely has it worse, but those children have only known fear. You can see it in the video that they actually feared for their lives. This is such a miscarriage of justice. Those poor girls. I feel bad for the girl that got locked up because she's in jail by herself right now, not knowing what's going on, probably missing her sister. This has been turned around on her. She did nothing wrong. She's a child. This whole situation is just disgraceful. Paper medical tape. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I've been seeing a lot of talk about, yeah, George Soros. Hello, Martin. Happy Thursday. Yeah, I wonder if they'll let that poor child out of jail, y'all. Hold on. Who's the child in the UK that went to jail for brandishing a weapon this week? Let's see if we can find out some information about her. I want to know her family. This report is saying that she's 12. All right, so social media misinformation. Police Scotland warned against the spreading of misinformation online after footage of the incident went viral. Misleading claims about the incident, including the girl defending herself from a sexual assault by a Bulgarian couple, were widely shared. The police stated that officers found no evidence to support the claims of sexual assault. It didn't happen yet because she had weapons. I feel like the police are facilitating this bullshit. because the government wants to bring these refugees there, the police have been instructed to ignore crime. Just like here. Just like here. Crime is down because the police are not arresting anybody. Nobody's being arrested for their crimes. No wonder crime is down. I really do. Because here we have the police saying, oh, there's no evidence to support this. They shouldn't even be commenting. This is an active investigation. We have no comment at this time. It ain't even been 10 hours since the child was arrested, and already the cops are saying, oh, this has nothing to do with child trafficking. You ain't even completed your investigation. Whatever you say, officer. So she was charged with possession of an offensive weapon. And inquiries were still ongoing. Yeah, you think? Inquiries. Okay, the force initially said, they don't even know how old the child is. If this doesn't tell you how incompetent these assholes are, listen to this. In Scotland, children under 12 cannot be prosecuted in the criminal justice system. A spokesperson for the police Scotland confirmed that the girl was charged with possession of an offensive weapon and inquiries were still ongoing. The force initially said that she was 14, but later issued a correction confirming her age at 12. I wish I knew more about her family. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. Women are absolutely scared to defend themselves. I told you guys. Remember when Emma was almost kidnapped from the gas station, and then the media was explaining why Emma fought back and saved her own life? And I was like, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. Why is the media defending the perpetrator of a crime, a kidnapping? He kidnapped her from work. He yoked her from behind the counter of a gas station. He pulled her through the parking lot. He opened up his truck door. He was shoving her body in the car. And by the grace of God, this girl started to fight back. You can literally see like a scream mask on her face in the surveillance footage. This girl, Emma, she's 18. Her parents taught her to fight back. She says that in the news article. She's like, my parents told me to fight back if I ever was kidnapped. Yes, absolutely. Use it as your opportunity to take out all of your rage. Annihilate, destroy, attack, get feral with it. The media was writing it like Emma did something wrong by attacking her attacker as he was kidnapping her. So it's not rocket science when you can see which way the tides are turning and which way the media is presenting stuff. It's like it's absolutely a crime to defend yourself in the West and in the UK and most parts of the world nowadays, especially if you're a woman or a child. You better shut up. You were asking for it. The child was coming on to me. We are absolutely... Oh, God, what happened in Minnesota? I'm curious. Absolutely in a situation where defense is on the line. Baby girl! That's the kid! She's a whole meme! I'm telling you. What did I say? Look, she's going to be the poster child for a revolution. Listen to me. Is that Braveheart? Hold on one second. I'm trying to see if this relate. The UK is still marked by the grooming gang scandals in towns like Rotherham and Rochdale, where authorities are accused of felling vulnerable girls. What did I just say? The cops are in on it. Those cases reshape the political imagination. Episodes involving young working class girls are now often read through that history of institutional failure. The Dundee video taped into that reservoir of anger and mistrust. The Braveheart parallel is a metaphor, not reportage. The story of William, listen, blah, blah, blah. She did. Straight something out of a movie. She did. She looked like little Miss Braveheart right there by herself. I mean, y'all don't understand for a child to exhibit that type of just rage and gall. It gives me hope. It gives me hope. It's the first video I've seen in years that gives me hope in humanity, that people might actually wake up and like start becoming people again. Like people don't even, they're just slow. They don't think for themselves. They don't think at all. They can't even talk. This little girl gives me hope. UK law prohibits minors from carrying knives. While self-defense is recognized, the force used must be reasonable in the circumstances. Brandishing a blade in public rarely meets that bar. This creates a tension. Many viewers read the scene as the child trying to protect herself, while the justice system treats it as weapons offense involving a minor. I don't know. She's in jail. It's not telling me anything. So she is awesome. Kudos to that damn girl. Kudos. I want to see look at how they turn this shit around. They're saying that these children just went up to these two Bangladesh people and started listening to this. The force said that a Bulgarian couple, a man and a woman, were approached by the youths in St. Anne Lane, Dundee at about 1940 on Saturday. That's not what the video shows. It shows those girls actually running away from those guys, and then the guy approaching them, and then the girl having a confrontation with him. If it don't make sense, it's not true. The police are absolutely facilitating this behavior, in my opinion. All of this is lies. The BBC News understands that officers have found no evidence to substantiate claims being made online that youths were at risk of sexual assault. They absolutely were. They absolutely were. How many children, how many little girls have to die there? There's hundreds of articles that have taken place in the past 20 years of children, women, girls, white women, European women being murdered by immigrants. The media is covering it up. The police, the government is also covering it up. Oh, I'm going on the trans shooter. I'm sorry. This pisses me off. Makes me want to damn spend every penny I have to damn go to England and get your child out of jail. I hope that she's not an orphan. I mean, clearly, like I said, she either got some brothers or a Viking papa. Or that child was a warrior in her past life. I don't know. I've never seen a child get like that. She's not looking for a problem. She literally feared for her life and her sister's life. Minnesota. I love the Braveheart thing. How cute. What is this? Oh, my hip. This chair is crappy. I'm thirsty. All that running. I did some running. Are you talking about the Catholic school shooting? Dang it, where does it go? Is that Orzik? No. Osric? Oh, Lord. I try so hard. I'm just going to call you Mama. 2 children and 17 others hurt at a Catholic school. 2 children killed. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old was shot and killed when a gunman fired shots through the windows of a church at the Catholic school in Minneapolis. Oh, this is not Minnesota. Oh, yeah, that is Minnesota. 17 others, including 14 children. Hold on one second. This just happened. The gunman died at the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. I didn't even hear about this. The mass shooting unfolded just before 8:30 a.m. when the gunman approached the side of the building and fired a rifle through the church windows towards the children and other worshipers sitting in the pews. Oh, God, don't let me ever witness no shit like this. They gonna have to get the SWAT team out there to get me off of you. Dozens of rounds were fired, the chief said, and then he called it a deliberate act of violence against innocent children and other people worshiping. Why do they always hit churches? Like the most innocent, vulnerable children literally cannot fend for themselves. What a coward. You ain't even got the balls to try to kill adults. You shouldn't be trying to kill nobody, but y'all see what I mean. Churches with old people and children. Who goes to church the most? Let's be honest. Old people and children. The gunman, described as in his early 20s, was armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. The police believe he fired from all 3 weapons. They also said he possibly had a smoke bomb. Weston, a 10-year-old 5th grader at the school, said he was sitting next to a stained glass window the shooter fired through. It was right beside me. It was like 2 feet away from the stained glass window, so the shots were right next to me, Weston told the news. Jesus Christ. So what happened? His mother worked at the school. So what? He was trying to kill his mother? I know, Colleen. I agree. What a piece of crap. So, was he mad? Did he have mommy issues? Was he mad at his mommy? Y'all know more than I do. Kids were praying. Jesus Christ. That's what this little boy says. He says his friend was shot right next to him. He said, my friend got hit in the back. He went to the hospital. He's talking about how he's scared he's never going to see his mother again. You know, this is not a gun problem. This is a mental health problem. This is an access to gun problem. This is an intelligence problem. These are mental health problems. Not everybody needs a gun. Not everybody should have access to a gun. How did he get a gun? Does anybody know? She was retired. Why shoot up that school? 2 hours. Let's see if they got an update. Why? I don't understand. A part of me thinks that it's also for notoriety, for attention. Leaving behind a legacy, Columbine. I do think that is a losers nowadays that shoot up schools and churches and mosques. And I mean, we've seen everywhere, from movie theaters to concerts to hotels. I do think that these mass shooters, a little bit of it is just attention. I mean, if you really look at most of these children and teenagers that commit these crimes, they're not the most social teenagers. You can see from the outside more often than not that they were struggling internally. You know, I think we need to check on people more. You know, if somebody doesn't look well, it's probably because they're not well. They get access to these guns and I don't know. So the person who opened fire at the Catholic school Wednesday morning in Minneapolis has been identified. 23-year-old Robin, formerly Robert. Oh, Lord, here we go. Lord, when are we going to stop treating humans like guinea pigs? And can we please stop treating guinea pigs like guinea pigs? Because that's sad. Lord, Robin, what the hell, girl? Robert done changed to Robin. Now Robert changed to Robin. Robin done lost her mind. Oh, this thing's healing. 23 years old. Like, this is the new tween crime. School shootings, church shootings. I mean, think about it. Pretty much every school shooter we've saw in the past year has been between the ages of what? 15 and 25. These youngins are struggling, y'all. And yes, 23 is still a child. I'm not saying that to be offensive. Respectfully. They putting too much on you if you're that age. You got too much on you. So it looks like his mama, like y'all said, worked at the school. She retired in 21. Oh God, they had a manifesto, and it was actually posted on YouTube. In the wake of the shooting, a video depicting the parent manifesto-style document was posted on YouTube from an account believed to be associated with Westman. Officials are actively investigating the authenticity of the video, which was posted around 9 a.m., about 30 minutes after the shots were fired. CARE 11 was able to translate parts of the alleged manifesto from Russian to English, in which it appeared the author referenced suicide, school shooters, and the church. Authentication church. So around the age of so when Robert was 17, he applied to become she and turn into Robin. And the request was granted in January of 2020. That's it. That's it. That's all we know. So it looks like 2 children were killed and 17 other people were injured. He fired off about 30 rounds. It's so sad. You know, it does make you wonder, like, why he would go from he to she and then commit this kind of killing. Was she upset that after her sex change, she wasn't getting the desired effect from the community around her? Was she angry that the Catholic Church didn't support her in her LGBTQ plus adventure, her transitioning? Did she have an axe to grind with somebody that maybe, I don't know, a teacher, an educator, that bully of hers earlier when she was a student there? I don't know. It's really weird, but it's the same thing as that Audrey girl that shot up the Catholic school in like New York or damn it. She was trans as well. And who was the female shooter? Audrey, Catholic school. Audrey Hale. So that was the Covenant School in Nashville. And that happened back in 23. What is going on? We are seeing more trans shooters. You know, another one that's alleged that could have been transitioning? Thomas Cooks. Is that his name? the one that shot the president. You know, we really don't know too much about him. Ain't that weird? He literally tried to execute about to be sitting president or candidate, and we still don't know anything about this kid. Yo, anyone asking if I have a home, I'm about to block you. I'm about to block you. So please comment again so I can go ahead and do that, so I know that you're a troll. So it was Thomas Crooks. He was another one that was alleged to be trans. That one, the one that shot Trump. So, Thomas Matthew Crooks. Still don't know anything about him. But yeah, what is going on with all of these trans kids all of a sudden doing all of these mass shootings? I guess I just need to sit here for the whole live stream going, I'm homeless. I'm homeless. Here, listen to this. I'm homeless. I'm homeless. I'm homeless. I'm homeless. I'm homeless. So I'm looking at the FBI's evidence, Butler investigation evidence photos published August 28th of 24. It's showing the gun that Thomas Crooks, rifle, the gun that he had, his backpack, other, looks like there's like the stock of a gun. Attachments. There was also 2 improvised explosive devices discovered in the trunk of his car. You can see both of them right here. Hold on. Yeah, there's a black box and then like the green box. I see like, it looks like wires, tape. The receiver for remote detonation was in the off position. Devices had several problems in the way that they were constructed. So that's how he initially got on top of the building. He was able, this is the guy that shot President Trump. He was able to jump up on this air conditioning box and then climb up this roof. And then there was a building that was like, it had like a slant. And he actually crawled up that building. And right out to like the right was Trump. And yeah, that's how he was able to get into position, lay flat, have the gun, and also fire and hit Trump. And it's kind of crazy because even from the ground, you can see up there. So how Secret Service never saw him is crazy. Crazy. Anyways, so the subject accessed the roof by climbing onto the tan machine on the far right. That's an air conditioning unit, boss. I think. That's it. That's all the FBI has to say. They give us 3 pictures, a few words, and that's it. Isn't that convenient for them? Still don't know shit. How many people think that was an inside job? It's not telling us anything new. People were were pointing and yelling at him before he got shot. Yeah, because the first few rounds shot people in the crowd, right? Or was that after? Though I think the first three rounds hit behind in the crowd, right? And there was a man that was killed, and then Trump was hit in the ear, or no? I don't remember. Were they hit after? Who died in Butler during the Trump shooting? Yes, there was victims. Corey, a 50-year-old man. Yeah. The second victim was a 57-year-old man, David Dutch. The third victim was a 74-year-old James Copenhaver. But he was also listed in stable condition. So it looks like 2 people died. And then 2 others were injured, including the president. It's crazy. Oh, wow. Oh, I love the comments. You guys, so I posted a video of that little girl, and the comments are so good. Someone said the UK used to be one of the safest places. Another person said, UK citizens, you have lost your country. Another person said, Arizona Jake, you cannot defend yourself. Another one said, Ross Woodside said, self-defense, case closed. I mean, it's really crazy and scary. It really is. It makes you not want to go out of the house, but that's also what they want. That, you know, COVID was the blueprint, in my opinion. It was the blueprint on how to make the most money and have the least problems. Trap people in their homes like rats in cages and force them to pay more taxes and more prices and inflation and more. It was the blueprint. I don't know to what even call it. It was the blueprint for what's to come. It's what they want to do to us. They want us on mental health meds. They want us trapped in the house, going to work, picking up the kids, and that's it. Grocery shopping. The only thing they want us to come out of the house to do is spend money. COVID was the blueprint for what's to come. I mean, you make people scared to come out of the house, and they're going to stay in the house. Make it to where women cannot defend themselves or their children, and they're not going to come out of the house. It's part of the reason nobody comes out in this town. Seriously. You do not see pretty women in the streets here. They literally can't. Oh, God, and then you get a mental health patient in the comments, too. You know, there's you get 6 good comments and a mental health patient. Listen, so exciting. What's going to happen today in the comment section? Yeah, you never know. Oh, I punched somebody in the throat. I'm joking. I right hand to Jesus, I ain't slapped nobody. I crashed my bicycle doing BMX tricks. I'm joking. I'm too clumsy to do BMX tricks. I was trying to do BMX tricks and I got gravely injured. Kiss my boo-boo, please. I got hurt. It's all by design. It sure is. Yeah. Been out here on this farm milking goats. I got carpal tunnel from milking the cows. No, I crashed. It does feel better. Let's take it off and see what it looks like. I slept with it on last night. I've taken it off twice in the past 24 hours to like wash my hands. So like I washed my fingertips, but yeah. I only take it off to like get in the shower, and then if I need to like, I don't know, if I needed to like shave my face or something, I'd take it off if I got to get both hands wet. It's got a like strap. I don't know what happened. The swellings went down some. So you can see where it like ate the skin off right here. It's healing up good. I had like road burn. My elbow got gashed open. That had road burn all the way down it. You can see I'm missing some of the skin on my tattoo. Road burn up my shoulder. It's getting better. You can see where it ate the skin off. But even this hand, I lost the skin on my knuckles. My legs were cut up, both my feet. I feel like this is helping it heal. I really do. Because when I take this off, it aches. But when I have it on, it don't ache as bad. I think it's a bone bruise. It said that it can take it up to 6 weeks to heal. And here's the thing. If it was a bone bruise, and then I got back on that bicycle 3 days after I crashed, and I'm out there pushing all of this weight around, pulling on those handlebars, and also leaning my weight on my wrist on the handlebars, just like that. When I'm locked in, I got, 100 pounds pushed down on my wrist from my back and then my weight of my torso. So I probably made it worse. I probably re-injured it by not taking care of it when I crashed, if I'm being honest. But listen, this has happened before. I hate waiting to heal. I ain't got time. I got shit to do. Then you did all the cartwheels. Yeah, you know what's crazy is it didn't hurt after the cartwheels. It hurt when I did push-ups, when I was on that hard surface. It's definitely not broke, because if it was broke, I wouldn't have been doing cartwheels. Can you imagine? Ah! That's what I've been, every time I would have landed on my arm, I would have been screaming like a wild banshee if it was broken. So it's definitely not broken. It's definitely like a bone bruise, which they say can take weeks to heal. Contusion. A bone bruise, also known as a bone contusion, is an injury that occurs when the surface of the bone is impacted or compressed. This can happen at the wrist due to various factors, including falls, sport injuries, or car accidents. This was all three. That was all three. I did all three. It wasn't quite a car crash, but I was going an exceptional amount of speed, over 15 miles an hour. I was getting it. And then I got in the air on the bicycle, and then I hit, and then the bicycle wheel spun around, and then it threw me, and then I was falling downhill. My whole body hit the concrete, and I skidded across that concrete like a rock on water. I was like, Jesus. Yeah, I like bounced. I like hit the concrete, bounced, and then slid. That's how you know you was going fast. When you turn your body into a rubber bouncy ball. Like, I'm actually surprised I didn't break something. I wish I could see the video. There's a camera right there, too. Yeah, I was cleaning out your closet, Joe. I came over here to clean out your closet. I'm cleaning out your closet. Oh my God, y'all, my legs. This chair is shit. It says the number one symptom, pain, especially when bearing weight or using the wrist. Swelling, tenderness, bruising, and a limited range of motion. I'll be fine. Maybe not. Neurosis? What? It says I can get neurosis. That's the death of the bone tissue, bro. We better keep an eye on it. If I wake up with black arm tomorrow, like damn Mr. Deeds. Damn. Necrosis? Necrosis? I think it's necrosis. Death of the bone tissue. I think I just like extremely sprained it. And I think that putting weight on it and working out, I think I should have gave it like a week or two. I made it worse by pushing myself as I always do. It's my own fault. I shouldn't have been out there playing like I'm 12 years old, like I got medical insurance, like I have parents that love me that can come scrape me off the ground and stitch me up. It's my own fault. Who do I think I am? God, I could have broke my head and I'd still be laying out there dead. It's my own fault. This is nothing new. Subchondral bone. Deep inside the bone is an area called the medulla. It contains the bone marrow and fibrous tissues. With a bone bruise, an injury only damages some of the trabecula. That is not right. This is also called a microfracture. So did I break it? An injury might cause blood to fill up in the area beneath the... This causes a hematoma, a type of bone bruise. An injury might also be causing bleeding and swelling in the area between your cartilage or the bone beneath it. A bone bruise does not show up on an x-ray. So I'm doing everything right. 2 months! It says to keep it above my heart. This is because eating a diet rich in calcium and vitamin D and protein can help you heal. Your healthcare provider may ask you not to use over-the-counter medications for some pain or... Oh, some of these may delay normal bone healing. If you smoke can also prevent bone healing. Some lower extremity bone bruises need restriction of weight bearing, your healthcare provider, blah, blah, blah. Most bone bruises slowly heal over 1 to 2 months. Fuck. You may not be able to return to sports activities for weeks or months. Well, good thing I don't have a boyfriend. Jesus. What the hell? Well, at least I got my strong hand. I am right-handed. I can still slap a hoe. I'm joking. Ah! 2 months. Just a cramp. It's just a cramp. Yeah, it's been swelling really bad. This helps keep the swelling down because I'm not moving it, but it still hurts in this brace. That's how I know I need it. It's right, like right here too, where the bone would meet the palm. I mean, it just, yeah. That sucks. It could be worse. I could have broke it. Could have broke it. Sorry. Y'all, I'm about to run. I'm hungry again. Ice. Yeah, that might help. The ice might help. Now, I wonder which ibuprofen I shouldn't take. I mean, painkillers, because that's what it said. It said that you're not supposed to take certain painkillers. Let's find out what that is so we know. What painkillers should I not take when I have a bone bruise? You should avoid taking painkillers that can negatively affect your bone healing and interact with other medications you're taking, while over-the-counter options like ibuprofen, Advil, Motrin, Naproxen, and Aleve are common for both bone pain. Some studies suggest it may interfere with bone healing. Well, what the hell do I need to take? It also says to be careful with Tylenol. Well, I don't know, you guys. It's saying not to take Tylenol or ibuprofen. So I guess just suffer in silence and pain, honey. That's what I'm going to do. I won't do no slapping with this one, but I got this one. I'm joking. I can't even ball this one up to throat punch nobody. I got to use my right hand. I didn't take anything, yeah. I take ibuprofen quite a bit, Aleve, because I naturally hurt from working out so much, especially my quads. The growing that I've been doing in my legs is crazy. You can see it in the short that I posted today. I've had some massive muscle growth in my quads, my hamstrings, that little muscle on the front of my leg. So I've been in a lot of pain for the past 6 weeks since I got that bike. So I've taken massive loads of Aleve, you know, 4 a day. Which is the recommended dose for like 2 every hour or something. I'll take 4, which is like 800 milligrams. And it helps me be able to start my morning, because sometimes I wake up so sore, I don't even want to get up and like life today because I'm so physically sore. I'm just like, oh my God. And then the reality of being homeless and all this stress and everything else, it just compiles into like a case of depression, and you don't even want to get up. And it's first thing. You just woke up 2 minutes ago, and the reality of your life is holding you down on the ground. Okay? So sometimes baby squirrel needs caffeine, nicotine, and some Aleve to even get off the ground. You know what I mean? Because it's I've been sore. The past 6 weeks I've had some major growth. I've been doing some expansion. You can feel stuff shifting, and you have these growing pains, and it's sore. But the Aleve never really helped with the hands, so that's weird. I'm not even going to take anything. It'll be fine. I don't have no doctor, Mr. McClure. No doctor. I ain't seen a doctor in forever. I am my own doctor. That's one of the things we do on this channel. We focus on everything from mental health to healthy food to self-rehabilitation when it comes to wounds. Listen, pay attention. You might be around for me one day having to stitch myself up. You never know. I mean, I thought I was there. I thought I was there 2 weeks ago. That was actually a month ago almost. It's almost been 4 weeks on Sunday. If there would have been skin there to stitch, you would have seen that on that day's episode, but there was nothing left. The road burn was so deep. It was just a massive gash, and it finally filled in. It looks good. It's going to be a gnarly scar, but it's not going to be as bad as you think it will. It'll actually shrink up. Yeah. Stick around. Stitches to come soon. I'm just going to show up in here with I'm going to have like one of those blue cloths and like all of my sterile equipment over here. And I'll be like, guess what, you guys? Guess who's getting stitches today on live? Like, shit, might as well try it. Oh, I could probably do a better job anyways. Canada, Dan, nice to see you. I'm actually pulling out the driveway, though. I'm so sorry I got to go. Yeah, I got to go make dinner, you know. Yeah. But, we'll talk. We'll talk probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. We will talk. Ice will help. Yeah, I might put some of that on there before I leave here. Set with the ice pack and see if it helps. I got to chill out with the hand, though. So, and I need to find workouts that I can do where I'm not using my hand. It sucks because the bicycle, I have to use my hand. So, I don't know what that means going forward this week for training. It sucks. I'm upset. I don't know. Maybe I can stay off of it for the next 5 or 6 days and it'll be fine. It's gotten worse since that accident, though. So, clearly my body is telling me that I've done something wrong. So, I'm going to try to listen to my body and relax. I have no idea. No idea. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to eat. But I hope you guys have a good night and enjoy the cooler weather. It's gotten cooler here in North Carolina. It's cooled off a lot. It's really nice outside. I went out there to do my run and it was nice. So enjoy it if you're in the North Carolina area. And I hope you guys have a nice night. Miss GT, you too. Have a wonderful night and prayers. John, I'm still praying for you and Tiffany. I hope y'all are doing well. And I hope you guys have a great night. Bye, Colleen. my Oz, bye. Bye, Oz. Kelly, Stay safe in Texas, and I'll see y'all later. Pray for me. God knows I need it, and I'm praying for you guys. Bye, y'all.